Okay, I have a Binny wig here, and I hope you can see that it has some thin spots in here, but the wig cap is pretty much there. It's just disintegrating. Well, I have here a thinner wig cap that I've made in the right shape, and I have it marked B for back, F for front. So this is going to fit in here just like this. But because there's some there, I have something that I can glue to. Again, I use the Fabric Fusion from Aleene's. It's permanent fabric adhesive, and it's water soluble. So I'm going to take some of this and just make a really thin layer of glue. I don't want it thick, so I'm going to keep working at this. Until I get a really thin layer of glue on the inside here. Be careful not to get it on the outside of the wig. All I want is just a thin layer just to secure . But I do want to make sure everything is covered in here. Don't want it thick like that. I'm going to spread that out. There's a blank spot where some wig cap is missing. I'm going to make sure I cover that. So there's nothing thick in here. It's all just lightly . Alright, so I have my thin layer of glue over everything. I'm going to make sure these curls get out of the way. Alright, I have my doll covered with a plastic bag. Here's the F for front. I'm going to put this on her head. Make sure the ear tabs are where they belong. Okay, so she's ready. Now I'm going to glop some glue on this and do the same thing. That should be about enough for the whole. I'm just going to gently spread this over this wig cap. Looks like I got a little bit too much on here, so I'm just going to take this and put it back in the bottle. I just want a thin layer. So I've gotten too much. Just going to put it back. Check my fit again. Now I'm going to put this cap on her head. Make sure that my part and everything is right where I want it. Let's see. Okay, here's the front. I'm going to put it on that front. Pull this back down. I'm going to work on positioning this. Yeah, it wants to come off. But I have to make sure my center part here is right where this is, and that these edges are where they need to be. This wig seems to be a little smaller. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to stretch this out. Over. So I'm going to put this back on her head and work on it a little bit more here. There we go. And make sure her ear tabs are where they belong. I have the center front here. Nope, it's folded under. Okay, so I have that pulled down where I want it. Turn her over. Check the back here. It's folded under too. I'm going to pull this down. Yeah, I'm pulling this up so that I can see where the bottom of this wig needs to be. Pulling, pulling, pulling. You can always cut the edge. See, this is pulled loose. Okay. Just going to make sure I have enough glue. On this lower portion. And you can see where the stitching lines were on this, and it seems to be gluing pretty well. And when you start this, the original wig cap just kind of falls to pieces sometimes. Okay. So that's pretty much it. I have to pull this forward. So I'm pulling on this wig cap, stretching it over to over the new base. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this edge. Right here. Looking to make sure the old base is gluing to the new one. And see, when you wash the wig, somebody has re-glued this. That hopefully will come off. And I'm going to pull on this, get it down to where that earpiece is, and put a little more glue right there. Pull this down. Okay. I'll lift the hair up. Yeah, that looks like it's just gluing really nicely. Okay. So let's sit her up here again. We'll fix this lump here later. Alright, so I'm just going to put a rubber band around her head. And this fabric glue takes a while, so it's kind of a 2-day job. And I'm going to put this on here. So she's pretty well glued down. Just have to wait for the glue to dry. It's a water-based glue, so it dries on evaporation. Okay, there we go. She's all glued down. I've pulled the base over. Seems a little thin here, but it's just that this is not over here. It'll be okay. Alright. So, I'll let that sit for about 4 hours before I take it off and peel it off.